Now, this video is about a popular church our Ghana has seen, from Christ Embassy Youth Chapel. I'll be in him somewhere airport city. Sorry, I decided honorable. But this whole story is summed up in this line from I Kofi and Yum title church people. Also, there manipulating weak minds. I guess this not being so hard to say. Church people, so evil, and wow. But church people, but maybe also for behind the X and die. No more, and the also I will CEYC, sorry more, and Ababeda social media. So I'm a Burland in the version of the Onusu who ye. I can hire Gossips 24. Let's also be a subscriber to the channel. Click the bell notification icon. This one, yes, a story. That's it. So CEYC. Sorry, a trendy year. In 2024, 1st of September 2024, Minister Mokaya, when yellow actor Drogba, who say, Major Omo diagnosing say, ya rebi, and a winner, just higher renon. Ye knew one-way drew, and one-way drew in the hall. It's not a man for a pemwa, and the amount Drogba, and what get the numbers but so goes 24, so a man for donated the amount. And one day, who is so much a Drogba, a miracle night service be. Our year Christ Embassy Youth Chapel CEYC sorry I'm just on my bonfire man no and mom de hu videos about to social media so said Drogba ho ato no masa ne yare ne ade eti omo the video by or na ma sorry ne month say so all my testimony was sorry dem ho no Emma DWP for a dancer Lisa Kwama e post here sam pa no was sorry hobi ohu testimony a Drogba share Emma software our year CEYC software and the pastor Enoch Boama ebejina ho no mo ka say Drogba na kasa na bi enu edi a dance eti ade na man for a question.
The person said, we didn't ask him. The person said, I feel better. Now me put that word for him out. But his testimony is bigger than this. We'll share later. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. That testimony is one of the hundreds of testimonies that happened that night. So it's not something I want to give attention to. Holy Spirit bears me witness. Listen to what I'm about to say. Holy Spirit bears me witness. I'm standing in the church of God. I am not lying about what I'm about to say. When we closed the Friday Miracle Night, I told the media team, don't post that testimony. I told them, did you get the information? Frank, did you get the information? I told Pastor Claude, tell them, because I'm not looking for clout. I told them, don't post it. There's other people think that you are looking. You are not, I'm not. What are you saying? But the testimony is bigger than this. I've just told him to calm down. But what shall we say to these things? His name is Jesus. I'm never afraid to stand for his name. Never afraid. Never afraid. And this, compared to persecution in the Bible, and this is nothing. People were eaten alive by lions. What's this? It's nothing. All right.
Salama way now trendy in 2024, but in 2025, they are trending fast. Sorry, no. Emma man for who to say. Also, mo share sorry tutu. SI shares of only 2-2. Also, we shares of only 2-2 because Omoju Omontiase. Next, I say from Drogba because Drogba signed by back in the year 2025. Just say last month, October Busuminmo, and only DJ Slim. No, let's say September to October. No, only DJ Slim. It's not so DJ Slim platform. So, out here Drogba and someone can you na. Also, the software they be to a bon team. Anyhow, I saw no communicating some no. Anyhow, and some no quiet no. Aha no. Because on obi answer the you. You are now healing the amba. A man called for and I was almost one no. Omu jai the boy because no move is and one ton. No one told us.
Pains on that faithful day. in the church? Were you in pain?
Yeah, I was in pain. But the thing is, that anxiety left. I couldn't, but I was in pain. So
the pain was still around.
The pain was still there. So I was trying to explain that I'm still having pain. Like it was part of my submission. I want to say it. But I forgot because when I was trying to talk, then I couldn't. I have to just cut it. So my sister was happy. If you look at the video, my sister was happy because
very happy. Yes.
because she has been telling me to go out, but I will be like, I won't go out. At times I'll be like, OJ, let's go and sit somewhere. I'll be like, I won't go. So looking at the way this thing has actually transpired from many years up to now, she was happy that that fateful day, this is what I've been praying for, and now she has seen it for herself. So if you look at what she said, I've been done this for like a long time now, but she didn't use the word healed. She never said healing, or she never said better. I said better.
Meaning say we enjoy just to be able to make for Go Dot household and for Emma open home appliances papa, open fridge papa, open blender papa, open rice cooker papa, open washing machine papa, open deep freezers for cold store provision shop. And the end I will pay say water. But more so be contact Go Dot household for not is almost somo. Come on. Be more the best of the best quality energy efficient appliances and all Go Dot household for. For now be said that skin no. Na free and na so WhatsApp your mo de so no Ghost 24 you 200 Ghana cedis e dey free so e dey amount fana best no free and that's what's up yo.
Okay. And the whole thing is I know what so when I said I felt better, my issue is the issue is not with the pastor. The issue is not with the members. The issue is with the blogger, because if you watch the man of God, when I think you have watched healing service before, right?
Yeah.
When you get healed, what they will tell you to do, you walk in or you jump, or you do
something that you've not done before.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I don't know why someone was in the church taking a video of me in watching the monitor. Then when the pastor asked me to do something I can't do before, you just took some video about me speaking.
It's a one shot here. I just say no the more amount for yes, maybe I was more cancer back with the chair, sorry no. No more cancer back with the so no. It's the Enra and a space no ebaso. Na ke was ebaso on the 1st of November. But we should check or 5th of November. It's the Enra 5th of November najo. And on we space no. And then your mama kwa so ni bi eba space ni so. Na ba ko si obe pija ni sa. Samuel kokodi amanane. First no kwa ICGC no kwa amanane no. No nya asori bi anko no mo ka chen so the ombra youth asori bi ha si omre bi eja enya me cro 90 ko bi no. No ti asori ni preach no mo preach na. No mo ya my father. Na my father no mo refer to no. Also for Enoch no. The nickname Enoch no.
That was in line with what I already had, like the reservations I had about the church and the fact that they idolized their pastor. And that just reinforced the sentiments I already had. Because what do you mean you're preaching the word of God, you're reading from the Holy Bible, but then all your references are according to our father, according to our papa. Like it was not making sense to me. It wasn't registering in my brain. And it was genuinely very upsetting. But I also found it very comical because like one thing about me, I'll find the silver lining. So that was happening and I was just like, there's no way. And I noticed there was a hierarchy. So the person who was preaching was constantly referencing their pastor, Enoch, I believe. And then the people who would sing and then maybe give a testimony or whatever would reference their in-house pastor. And I was like, there's no way.
This also puts in off for anyone say. Now that for be on him was you. And I sorry so for no. Bako e ka chana down for it o committee bi na nko person na down for oba no e be kokoja no meeting na say na down for na ka chana so for me was shift na nim say abrochi ha de wan kwa wundi nti no me was shift so for say enti wo choose we adwuma eja nyankopon na for say so for
perfect. Okay, so yeah, the in-house pastor said to one of the ladies that she needs to follow him to his next meeting or his next preaching. And she was like, I have a work shift. Then he says, are you picking God over are you picking work over God? And immediately I was like, there's no way you are saying this, because the country you are in, you have to survive. You have to find ways of supporting yourself. What do you mean by are you picking God? Are you picking work over God? Your sustenance, what is going to feed you, what is going to care for you? Because I understand making sacrifices for the house of God and everything, but not to the point where you are neglecting a commitment you made to your workplace. Like, that does not make sense to me.
It's an because offer the microphone to ebi or no fear ICDC. Our CEYC into no car asem no. And check in a lady back so by so no CEYC no nyimu. No okọ University of Ghana e Lagos no. And then so for the say hey na say you who na che any ade no ne so for did in common so for did in common na kwa say oh father daughter relationship say ja asori ogi wo mo and no the father daughter relationship na so for ka say oh eh am brand office into your course of office no na the only so for did in common na so for bisa no okay head pastor oh you know so for bisa the questions so when I see ano abra bomu to say into only so for did in common obi no many so chair so for say their father daughter relationship it's ebi o chair and your ma ebi a all year ni ade bad things be all year ni ade na so for say you are a body or your body instead the so for eja de kwa mani kofi emu wa na so for friend no na so for send the messages tedua and a messages mu
the church sings. I mean, my heart is even beating.
That's fine. Take your time, yeah.
Okay, so since childhood, I've been part of the church. I've been partaking in everything, children's service, whatever it is. And I grew up in the church, and then I went to the university. So when I got to the university, I wasn't very close to our pastor then. Then all of a sudden, I went to church one time. I was in Legon, and I was in Ivandi then. So I came back from school and I went to church, and then the pastor saw me and was like, oh, you're looking nice, what's up? Like those type of things. And I was like, oh, come and see me in my office, let's talk and things like that. So I went to see him, and then he started asking me personal questions like, are you dating? Are you in a relationship? That sort of thing. So I thought he was like a father to me. So I thought I could just open up and then just tell him everything. So I think I was foolish to even say those things in the first place. I did open up, tell him everything and things like that. And then I left the office. To cut everything short, the man started calling me, telling me, like the head of the church, I mean, he's hard, he's horny. And it was so much for me to handle. And at that point, you can't turn to anybody to go and tell him because they idolize him. They see him as the papa of the church. Who are you going to tell that, pastor is doing this to you, pastor is doing this? Nobody is going to believe you, like literally. So I had to take a break off church, then tune my mind that I've been in the church since I was a kid, so I can't leave the church. So I'll just tune my mind that whatever he does, I'll not mind. Finally, early last year, a news broke out where he's been having like affairs with a couple of girls in the church. And then my friend was defending the pastor. So I showed my friend all the messages and all the videos and things that the pastor was sending to me directly. So she was like, hey, so why didn't I tell anybody? I was like, this is what he's been doing. And who is going to believe you? Like the way I defending him, nobody was going to believe me. That's why I kept quiet, because even if you bring out evidence, they'll say you're lying. And then my friend went to tell the pastor's wife, and then it became a whole issue, because apparently my friend that was defending the pastor too was involved with the pastor. But she didn't tell me. She told me when I told her. So to cut the long story short, they told their wife, and then the leadership of the church, then they had a meeting. I was thinking maybe it would go somewhere, but it didn't go anywhere. The leadership called us and then told us that even David in the Bible sinned, slept with a lot of people's wives. So if the pastor is doing that, we should rather come together and help the pastor. Now we shouldn't forsake the pastor. This is the time he needs us the most. And then I was like, we are the people in the church, and you're supposed to guide us. So if you are doing this and you're covering up for the person, they were like, and then the issue became like stupid, like nonsense, and then I had to leave the church.
Now my Burland say more fast and busy say no more can so. Oh no. Oka omo say aso ene tie na se no. Oka ho omo so mo ka say CEYC core members oka ho bi because ono nebusia no mo ye kremofo. No fi kremu mu e ba Kristo mu to ba Kristo mu no obe share CEYC no ase ads no manage your Instagram pages bi kra e de mo na CEYC no mo share say so obu on mo be blame na e also for Enoch no be blame no for be their CEYC dem redo no because e be yes kasem e be dane sika.
Okay, fair enough. All right, sure. Thank you. All right, I'm at Burland. Talk to us.
Hello.
Light of the world.
Yes.
What's up?
Please,
Light
when
of-
I
light of
joined,
the world.
please, I don't want to forget what I want to say. When I joined, Derek asked the question. He said, "Who do you blame?" I blame the pastor because when I started the church, the pastor, that's Enoch. When I started the church, there were not a lot of people that were in the church, right? I was part of like the pioneers when he started that church because a friend of mine introduced me to him because he had just moved from being a singer to this, and he agrees that yes, he agrees that he's part of it because when I made the decision to leave the church, he actually took me to, that was my first time at Kempinski. He took me there to explain to me why I shouldn't leave and that he's a sinner and he has fallen short of the glory of God. So me and him, we understand that he's the reason why I left the church. Now, I want to talk about my background and why he is the reason why, because I am from a Muslim home, right? So that was my proper introduction to going to church. So every understanding of church I would have or understanding of the Bible was straight from him. But there's some things were weird to me, which is why I left. Now, first, when I started the church, 1 month in, we were doing competition like, oh, let's say Kotoka branch raised 20 million, so maybe Agbogbonosi branch raised 30 million, so we have to pass them. Hey, why do we have to pass them? For what? Like, I don't even understand. We were like, that was like, I wasn't understanding why we have to pass another church. Like, we actually went for this type of, I don't know what it is, where other branches will come and say, okay, we raised this, we raised that, we raised this. Me, I don't know where the money was going to, but people in the church found delight in passing other branches. So that was my first red flag. And then the preaching constantly became money, right? And I was the social media handler at a point, the Instagram social media handler at a point. So the money issue was one.
Now, I think that was enough. Now, my bella and Becca say, hey. Omo yes, a miracle night ni bi. The Drogba ko bi na almost almost Drogba, omo bompire ma Drogba, say Drogba bebeka said the so for near no. Aha no. Omo ye bi sa. Ema omo se papa bi enya akwabe enya accident. Ema je se okita crutches. Ah, the nante ni ade. Ema so for bompire ma na kware the crutches to ho no mo. Start jumping. Jumping say ne ho atono to be nante ni ade. Ade e che na osi akwa no. Oshiakwa no University of Ghana campus so Oshiakwa na akwa da sukita the crutches no onam honum.
The second thing was when I left the church because I saw something that was very, very horrible, and which is why he took me to the church. But then he came to tell me that, oh, he's a sinner, I should listen to the preaching and not the individual, and that's understandable. He's a human being and he makes mistakes. When I went to the church that day, they do this thing where they do a night of miracles or something. There was this guy from UPSA that, like, I know him, but I've forgotten his name. He had an accident, so he had crutches, and they prayed for him, and he put the crutches down. The next day, I saw him in Legon, and he was using the crutches again. Now, this is my first introduction to miracles and all of these things. This is my first introduction to miracles and all of these things. So me, I wasn't understanding what is going on. So did it work? Did it not work? Like, how is the process supposed to be? Like, is it supposed to go immediately? Is it a slow process? If it's a slow process, then he should have left with the crutches. But I feel like in his mind they've prayed for him, so he used him to walk. Then the next day he realized that it's not gone. Then he started using like the crutches again. So that was I didn't even come back again. After I saw him that day, I didn't even come back again. And then the third thing was that I feel like people were, because of the preaching that was going on, people were coerced to give testaments. I don't even know how that thing is called, but like coming to thank God for whatever it is. But before they come and thank God, they say, thank you, Pastor Sam, for the opportunity. What opportunity? You are thanking God. Why are you thanking the pastor for the opportunity to give a testament to God to win souls to Christ? I don't know. It is just too much for me. It felt like like sorry. It felt like the reverence was more to the leaders than God himself.
And also, I was made a cell leader. Mind you, I'm from a Muslim home. So if you make me a cell leader and put me in charge of a group of people, honestly, how am I going to preach? So which spirit of God told you that this, even if, let's say, in the future, I'll be a cell leader and graduate to a pastor and whatever, in that moment, is it really God that told you that I was right?
What do you mean by you are made a cell leader? Like,
yeah, like, so they'll put you, they are cell leaders, so they'll put you in charge of like a group of people where
right.
yeah.
And what are you supposed to do? Like, what are you supposed to do as a cell
Or
leader?
sometimes you talk to them about God, you talk to them about the funds that they are supposed to raise. And I actually never did that because I didn't even know where to start from. Maybe it is a gradual.
See, you have all the time in the world. We are not ending the speech.
I'm sorry, I talk fast.
If you like, talk till tomorrow. Me, Panda, my ears on.
I'm sorry, I talk fast, but yes. So yeah, as I was saying, they made me a cell leader too, and then it was very like confusing to me, right? And then later, people started selling their things because if you give a seed, if you give your last seed to God, God will multiply it to you. That was the perception there. So people started selling their last things and everything, but fortunately I didn't even have to even sell, so that's what helped me. Maybe if I had, I would have also sold something. But when I left the church not too long ago, that's when I heard about Adosei and everything, but I never asked him about it till I left the church. It's the delusion thing is very crazy. That I know Adosei had a friend that died in a motorbike, but Adosei never let go of his motorbike, but he let go of his motorbike when he entered that church. That is how crazy it is. Like, I don't know how it works, but that is how it is. Like, it is like if you give to, like, I don't know what it is, but the preaching is always about giving money. I don't really remember any.
So you say the church, them they beg, like beggy.
I don't know what it's called, but it's basically like you have to sow seed. So, like, you can even give, if you give your last to church, you don't know, God will give you miracle money. But why should I give my last to the church before God will give me the miracle money? Like it doesn't like make sense. It's just a lot of things. And when it came to the girls, I felt like there was a bit of grooming on that side, because there were some people he met from high school and they grew up in the church, but that is not my story to tell. But what I saw, I had to leave because I felt like that is their story. So I can't come and maybe they are not ready to talk about it. So once they are ready to speak about it.
It's a number for yourself for Enoch. Do bad the neighbor, or the child. But Amabella and they are backing. And the other revelations that pop up. CEYC 4. Spacer or former members, or Twitter idiot. In wardrobe. Allegations, hold on with the teacher swell of our miracles near the end of the year. To Mr. Brad training Tiaso. Meaning your software not Becca. But the Becca Biano. But what the Amma was what? A higher gossip street for Magraheb.